All right, in this video, I'm just gonna go over the basics of fractional exponents and what we do with them when we go write them out as a radical, okay? I also will teach you at the very end how to, vice versa, flip from a radical to a base with a fractional exponent. So let's get started, and then my future videos, I'll go into some more complex problems. We'll deal with some negative exponents and etc. But for right now, let's just get the basics down. Okay, we got 3 examples. We got a fraction of m over n, 4/7, and 5/2. What would each of these look like when we write them out in radical form? Okay, so you're gonna write your root, and on the outside of the root goes the denominator. In this case, it's an n. So I'm gonna write that n on the outside. My base of x goes inside of the radical, and then my top number, or my numerator, that's gonna be my exponent on the interior base. So m would go right up here. And that's all there really is to it. Don't overthink this, don't make it too complex. Okay, so we got x to the power of 4/7. So I'm gonna draw my root. Outside of the root goes the denominator. So root 7, x to the power of 4. Numerator goes inside of the radical. Denominator goes outside of the radical. All right, try this last one on your own. Pause the video right here, write it down, see if you and I get the same result. Draw the radical. On the outside goes the numerator, or excuse me, denominator. Put x on the inside, and your exponent would be the numerator of that fraction. Okay? Hopefully this makes sense. Now, one thing you need to understand is this. Square roots. If I were to say the square root of 64, okay, all that means is what number times itself equals 64, okay? And that's because we're talking about 1, 2 values being multiplied together, okay? So when we have no number there, we're actually talking about a square root, 2, okay? Here we'd be saying what number times itself, times itself, times itself, times itself, 7 times. Okay, but when we have a 2 there, we don't need to show it because what we are used to seeing with square roots is no number whatsoever. We are under the assumption that there is a 2 there, we just don't need to show it. It's no different than me saying variable x, no need for me to write a 1 in front of the variable. Okay, we already know if there's just an x there, it's only one of them. Okay, so there's your 3 examples. Hopefully this makes sense. Don't overcomplicate it. Top number goes on the inside, bottom number goes on the outside of your radical. Now, what if we were given this? What if we were given square root, or excuse me, not square root, let's say cube root of x to the power of 7. Okay, what I'm gonna do here, if I wanna write this out as a base with a fractional exponent, I'm just gonna take x, which we obviously should know is the base, and then I gotta just do the opposite, okay? Bottom number goes on the outside. So bottom number or denominator, 3, 7 would be my numerator. Hopefully you are able to go back and forth between either one that you're being asked. This is just the basics. Remember, we're gonna get into some more complex stuff. I'll be posting some videos in the near future on how to do those. Study hard and good luck on your upcoming test. Boom.